Hey guys, welcome back to Pots Mama Bear. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this really cute dream catcher, from the wrap on the outer part to the web, and even these cute little feathers that I put on here. No, I did not make the feathers. I'm just saying how to put them on. So stick around and learn how to make this. Okay guys, so this is what you're going to need for this video, or for this project. You're going to need some little beads, some wire. Not sure what size this one is. All I know is it comes in a pack of 3. It has this one a little bit bigger and then a little bit, or a little bit thicker and then a little bit thicker one. You're going to need your wire cutters, your some type of pliers or something like that. You're going to need super glue and a metal hoop. Now I already attempted to do this video once, so I already have my oh my goodness, my wire is stuck around this other wire. Okay, so I have already cut some off. I do not know how much this is, but what we're going to do is we are going to find the seam and we're going to start wrapping that around at least once. Well, twice. So now here's where your other pliers come in, and we're going to just go ahead and try to smooth out that where that wire is sitting. So it should look something like this. Now what I'm going to do is use a little bit of this glue. This is the gel, the super glue gel. You can find this at Dollar Tree, or at least I know you were able to before. But I'm just gonna use a little bit of that glue just to keep it in place. So now we're gonna wait for it to dry, and then I'll come back and show you what I do next. Okay, so it seems to be dry. So now what I'm going to do is make sure that my wire is not twisted or kinked in any way. Because I already see one little kink in it, but I got it out. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I am going to be putting beads on here, and I am not going to do it in any order. I'm just going to pick up whatever beads come out or go onto my little wire right here. As soon as I get on quite a few little beads, I am going to show you my next little step. This is taking a little bit longer than what I was expecting. Okay, so we're gonna put, all these beads down to the end, or other end of this. And what we're gonna do is we're just going to wrap this ring. I have not made any of these like this at all. So this is just my first attempt at making this type of little dream catcher. So I'm not sure how well this is actually going to turn out. So I'm going to continue to wrap this ring with my beads and wire, and then I will show you what our next step is. Okay guys, so I ran into a little problem, and it's because I ran out of the that piece of, what do you call it, wire. Ow, I just poked myself with that. So I didn't cut enough or a big enough piece of wire. So I'm going to just go ahead and continue to wrap this with another piece of wire. So right here and right here we're gonna have this gap in between here, and what I'm gonna do is use that as where I'm going to put my feathers, my little feathers and beads on. So that way it's not like it's gonna mess it up or anything. All I'm doing here is just tightening this wire around here, so that way this part is nice and tight. Now what I'm going to do is take my glue, which I had to do that again. So these gaps will be hidden. Okay, by the decoration parts. So I'm just gonna put some glue, and it's that same glue that I had before. The glue, the gel, super glue gel. So I'm gonna wait for that to dry and then come back and hopefully have the rest of this wrapped so that way you guys can see it. Okay guys, so I completed it, and like I said, it was gonna have two little gaps right here. We're going to wrap that with sinew after we get done webbing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a thicker web with this one. This is some sinew that you can get from Tandy's. I believe Tandy's is the only place that I've seen this at so far. Some of the other places used to carry it, but they don't carry it anymore. Oh, I was trying to get my scissors. Okay. So now all we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this side, one side is burned. That way it makes like kind of like a knot at the top of it, which I don't have my lighter because I don't know what happened to it. Let me see. I might have one in my box. Nope. Let me go find one and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I hunted down a lighter. What we're going to do is just, oop, I can do this. This is not working for me. Hold on. Because I think it's because of the swamp cooler. It's okay. we'll just do without it. Okay, so all we're gonna do is we're going to start on the top, and we are going to go and tie a knot in the top part of this. And I like to tie it in threes just because I feel like it makes it a little bit tighter. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just start webbing. I'm going to do this webbing a little bit bigger than I've done in the previous one. So I'm going to go out a little bit further. I'm going to put it in between those, this right here, and then take my sinew and go around it and pull it all the way through. Now you can add beads to this. I don't like adding beads in the first row. So we're going to do this again. And we're just going to keep going all the way around. And we're going to make it somewhat tighter. Sorry, I was trying to see where to place it. Once we start webbing the second row, we're going to be holding it a little bit tighter. And you don't have to count the beads or count the rows. Oh no, what's going on? Oh, it was stuck. Okay. So you don't have to count how many of these lines or anything. We're just going to place them in random parts. Okay, so now we are on the second row, and we're just going to take our end of our sinew and pull it all the way through. I didn't catch how to make the knot, so I will do it on right here. So we're going to take the end of your sinew and you're going to go through it, and you're going to make sure that the end is in between the middle of these two. And then just pull it all the way through and it'll create that little knot. So we're going to do this all the way till we get to the middle. I'm looking for my end. We're just going to do this all the way till we get to the middle, and I will come back and show you guys how to close the middle. Okay guys, so I decided that, because I usually put a bead or something in the middle, and I have decided either to do a black or a pink bead. Now I think the black would look better just because it does have black beads in it. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the black bead on there. Put all the way in the middle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my yarn needles, because I do not know where my other needles went, and what I'd like to do is go through the little triangle that we made of the webbing. I like to go through that and then come back up through and make like another knot. See, now it's secure in there. Well, somewhat secure. So now that we have that, I'm gonna go ahead and go through another one just to kind of tie this off. And you can tie this off any way that you feel is more secure. I'm just gonna kind of do just a little knot. Make sure that it's secure on there. And then what we're gonna do, if my lighter works this time, is go ahead and burn the sinew, so that way it's like really secure. It won't come off. So I'm hoping my lighter works this time. Oh, it did for a second, but I don't want to burn the other part. Okay, I guess that's good enough. And then this part we can just go ahead and cut. And then I'm gonna go so I can go ahead and try to burn this part as well, so that way that does not come off, because if this comes off, the whole thing is done. Okay, so I was able to burn it a little bit, and then now what we're going to do is, since this is the back, we're gonna flip it over to the front. And I am going to go ahead and put 2 pieces of sinew. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and tie this. And you can decorate these any way that you want. I'm just gonna show you guys show you guys really quick on how I do this. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and tie this. We're gonna pull it somewhat tight so that way that knot isn't gonna go anywhere. And again, if you want, you guys can burn the sinew or string, whatever you guys have on hand for this. And now I'm going to start putting some beads. I think I'm going to use these like little shiny, colorful ones, and I'm just gonna put some of those on here. You don't have to do it exactly like I'm doing this. You can do it really any way that you want. There's 4, there's 5, and no, that's 4. Oh, here's 5. Oh my goodness. Okay, and here is 6. So what I like to do is keep like a small amount of sinew up here, and I'm going to take my feathers. I thought I had some fluffy ones. Oh, here. And what we're gonna do is we're going to just put that in there. You can use super glue, or you can use the hot glue. I don't know where my glue gun went, so I'm just going to use just a little bit of this super glue, or super glue gel, sorry. And I'm just going to pick up the beads and slide this stem of this feather into the, like that. And then you can go ahead and trim off the extra, where are my scissors at? Oh, trim off the extra sinew. And you could do this for both sides, only one side, however you feel, or whatever you feel like doing. I, however, am going to do on the other one because I do have two gaps and I don't like the way this gap looks. So we're gonna go through there and we're just gonna tie it. And here is two, and here's the third one. Remember to pull that so the sinew doesn't come undone. And then again, we're gonna get our beads and put them on the sinew. Just 1, 2, 3. Oop, wrong color. Keep picking up the wrong color. There's 4. 5 and 6. Okay. So we're gonna bring that all the way up. And I'm gonna find my other little fluffy feather that I had. And put some more of this glue on there. And that'll keep it from coming off. I'm just gonna trim this. And I am going to show you guys how to put the top of it on next. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to cut a piece of the sinew or string, whatever you guys are using, and we're going to put it in the middle, or as close as possible to the middle of this, to try to make it to where it's even. I think mine is about right there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tie this. And I'm gonna tie it a few times because I don't want that to go anywhere. And then you could put a bead on top. I like putting the beads on the top of mine. So I'm going to choose one of these little colorful beads like I used in the bottom to hold the feathers on. And it's up to you if you want to glue that down or anything. I'm not going to glue it down because I am going to actually do something a little bit different than what I usually do. And I'm going to put another bead, and then I'm going to tie a knot on the top. And this one, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that knot, just so that way this bead doesn't slide down. And there you have, oops, your dream catcher with the beads around it. I actually like these ones since this is my first time trying this. I think it came out really, really cute. Let me know what you guys think in the comment box below, and if you guys want to see anything else on our channel, let me know also in the comment box below, and we will get that out as soon as possible. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in our next one.